Secretary of Education is essentially responsible for managing a $1 trillion student loan bank and distributing $30 billion in Pell Grants to students each year. The financial futures of an entire generation of young people depend on your department getting that right. Now, Mrs. Devos, do you have any direct experience in running a bank?
You know, in middle school, I learned how to properly address an envelope. You see, I learned that in the upper left-hand corner of the envelope, that is where you place the sender's mailing address. And almost centered, almost to the right corner of the envelope is where you put the recipient's address. Now, in order for that particular parcel to get to the recipient, the sender has to make sure that they provide proper postage by placing a stamp in the upper right-hand corner of the envelope.
I think it's important for the person who is in charge of our financial aid programs to understand what it's like for students and their families who are struggling to pay for college. Mrs. DeVos, have you ever taken out a student loan from the federal government to help pay for college?
You know, I understand how frustrating it can be to not only the student but the parents of those students to acquire student loan debt. Now, I personally, me nor my children, have ever felt that particular emotion because all of them had full ride scholarships. Now, what I will say is education is very important. Education is the foundation to a really good paying job. So I think it's important that at some point we increase minimum wage so that while these children are in school, while they're in college, you know, they're able to take care of themselves. And, you know, once they graduate, if in fact they don't find a job in the particular field in which they received their degree in, they will still be able to pay back those student loans 6 months after graduating.